It looked like so much fun, people flying high above the ocean on a parasail. But when two teenage sisters decided to give it a try, tragedy struck, and now their family and Florida officials are trying to make sure it doesn't happen again. Our national correspondent Jamie Gangel has the exclusive story.
Exhilarating and spectacular, the thrill of soaring hundreds of feet in the air.
How was it? Oh, wonderful!
But what many don't realize is just how dangerous it can be. Last month on vacation in Pompano Beach, two teenage sisters, Crystal and Amber May White, went on their first parasail ride. The family photos from that day show the girls taking off. At first the ride seemed normal, but all of a sudden the winds gusted to 40 miles per hour. The hydraulic winch could not pull the girls back in, and the boat was dragged to shore. Then the tow line snapped and the sisters were thrown, first onto the roof of a hotel, then into the trees below.
The girls flew, they hit the roof, bounced a couple times, then hit a tree, snapped a palm tree.
Crystal was seriously injured with head trauma. Amber was in a coma, her neck broken. 2 days later, the 15-year-old died.
This is an outrage. They should have never been able to be on the beach and putting people up in the air 100, 300 feet.
A weather advisory had been issued warning of thunderstorms and high winds. But lawyers for the parasail operators say this was just an unfortunate accident.
If there's an issue with anything, it's certainly not in how he was operating the boat or where he was operating the boat. The issue in my mind is, did he miss visible signs of the weather? According to others I've spoken to, there was no warning.
Parasailing accidents are relatively rare. From 1991 to 2002, there were 64 injuries and 3 deaths. But because safety guidelines are voluntary, some now think there should be government regulation.
I think everyone's getting the message. Regulations not only are important, they're a necessity.
Amber May's family hopes her story will warn people of the risks.
I love my daughter with all my heart. I don't want to see this happen to another child or another person.
For today, Jamie Gangel, NBC News.
Amber's mother, Shannon KRAUS, is here with her daughter, Crystal White, and their attorney, John Leighton. Good morning to you all. And I know how hard this is for you, losing your daughter less than a month ago, and I know your dad passed away last week, Shannon, but you wanted to be here. Yes. It's important for you to be here, to be strong for your daughter, Crystal, and also to honor the memory of your daughter, Amber May.
Yes, it's very important to me. I just want everybody, I really want the Amber May law passed.
And that would regulate parasailing, which is not the case now. I didn't realize there are no laws regulating parasailing.
No, this was an accident that did not need to happen. I don't want it to happen to anybody else. We're devastated. I mean, every day we walk around our house and it's empty. We don't have the Amber May's laughter anymore. Crystal, she lost her best friend and her sister, and excuse me, and we just, I'm here because I really want to change things. I'm worried about other people, other families. I want nobody else to go through this. I want no family, no mother, no father, no sister, no brother. I don't want anybody to feel what we're having to feel every day.
John, I know that you were representing the family in a wrongful death suit. The parasailing operation has said that this was an accident, and that's all it was. What do you say to that?
Well, it's absurd. First of all, one of the reasons why we need this kind of law is because there is nothing to prevent this from happening. Meredith, you and I could go out and get a boat, a parachute, and a piece of rope, and we could go into the parasailing business. I don't think that's a good idea. And the same thing happened here. We had somebody who wasn't properly licensed to even operate the vessel where it was. They were operating in winds that were against all accepted standards, including there had been a National Weather Service advisory. They were too close to shore. The proposed law that we're trying to push through, which we're calling the Amber May law, would require operators of these parasailing operations to stay at least 2,000 feet from shore, not go out in certain winds, and take reasonable precautions, including having equipment that actually works. In this case, Amber May herself had asked to be pulled down, and they didn't do it, and then by the time this thing got out of control, the line snapped and tragedy took place.
Crystal, you were there with your sister, and I know that you did suffer some head injuries, serious head injuries, and also bruises and cuts. How are you doing now?
I still have a lot of pain sometimes, and the hurt from losing my sister, but I'm trying to get through everything one day at a time.
How would you describe your sister? Obviously, I know that you two were very close in age and pretty much attached at the hip.
My sister was a wonderful person. She was always happy. She had loads of friends. Didn't matter who you were, she'd give you a chance. She was just wonderful. And you could be in the worst mood in the world and just go around her and she would make you the happiest person. She always put a smile on my face.
It's called the Amber May legislation. Where does it stand at this point?
Well, right now, Meredith, we have two sponsors for the bill, Senator Gwen Margolis and Senator Jeff Atwood, and there's going to be a bill out. This is the fourth time that we've attempted to get this kind of control and legislation to prevent tragedies. We think this time it will go through because of the foresight of some of these political leaders, but people can also go to ambermaylaw.com and sign a petition that we're going to send off to all the state legislators. But this is also a national issue because this isn't regulated anywhere else.
It's all self-regulation at this point nationally.
Yes, it is.
All right, Shannon and Crystal, thank you so much. I know how hard this was for you.
Thank you.
And you did it for your daughter.
Yes, I
understand
did.
that. And John, thank you as well.
Thanks.